and actors. Helping youth cause a bridge to prosperity. Youth empowerment to prosperity.
National Outstanding Youth Empowerment Leadership Awards, YEA 2019 presents the national nomination into the YEA 2019 Awards, organized by the Youth Empowerment Actors, Cameroon and Friends Hope Foundation, Don'tis Youth Advocacy Foundation, United Africa Cameroon Chapter President, Evergreen Africa Foundation. Are you a youth aspiring to become great? Get nominated, vote and be a winner of the National Outstanding Youth Employment Leadership Awards, YEA 2019.
Good afternoon and welcome to yet another edition of your exciting program, Youth Empowerment Actors, on one of your favorite TV channel, High Television. On this week edition, we are commemorating a 14 days campaign by one of our effective school counselors here in Cameroon. And today we are going to be discussing on the roles of school counselors on youth unemployment. As a viewer, what do you think school counselors has as responsibility to reduce the massive unemployment we have in our country, Cameroon? So with me today are nation builders, youth who have been doing various activities in their own domain to discuss this topic of discussion, the role of school counselors on youth and employment. And this topic was proposed and sponsored by a counselor called Agbo Matilo, which has launched a 14 days campaign which is ending today, and we are commemorating that campaign here on High TV. Now with me today on the studio of High TV to discuss this topic are dynamic youths. The very first of them which I would like to introduce is Mr. Tingom Ferdinand. Mr. Tingom Ferdinand is the managing director of Feselings Group here in Boya. He is also a data analyst and also a motivational speaker. Mr. Tingom Ferdinand, you are welcome.
Thank you, Henry, for the opportunity. I'm not a motivational speaker.
but you always give motivational quotes online and on social media.
Well, I prefer to call myself a personal development coach, not motivation. I go by that.
Okay.
And so, in respect to today's topic, it's a very interesting topic, given that we are living in a society where the rate of unemployment is really, really high. And so, at times, we want to apportion blame. Who is to be blamed? We see that we may blame the government, we may blame the students themselves, we may also have to blame teachers and especially career counselors, who are the ones to guide students on their career path. This is a common problem, especially when you see students enter university and they don't know why they are reading particular subjects or particular programs. At the end of the day, they come out, they cannot have a job. And so I think it's an interesting topic as we'll be discussing. We'll also share our insight and experiences.
Thank you. This topic has been disseminated to many WhatsApp groups, and so many youths are so eager and privileged to watch the live edition of the program, as so many were congratulating the topic for. Now the next youth that we have to discuss this topic today is a powerful young lady in the city of Boya. She's everything put into one. I'm not going to. She is Saji Ruth. You're welcome.
Mr. Henry.
Saji Ruth, we have always known you about this edition of our weekly program.
What's new about
Yes,
it?
what is new? What are you going to tell the audience that is new?
Well, I'm going to tell them the very fresh inspiration that we have on table for this topic.
Okay, thank you. The next person we have here today is a powerful young guy who is so very instrumental. A lot of powerful quotation from him and a lot of positive feedback from youth. He is no other person than Noel Tasha. A lot has been coming from his angle, and a lot of you know him. You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Henry. It's a pleasure to be here for the first time. This is my first time being on High TV live.
Okay.
Even though they have invited me on several occasions, but for one or two reasons, I have not been able to make it. So I'm very happy today that I'll be contributing my small knowledge or small inspiration to this topic.
Okay, Noel Tasha, I'm going to disclose a secret to you as what you have just said. High TV invited you the last time and you did not make it. I have a youth who is watching at us now, and the person was complaining to me maybe 2 days ago that you were invited for an event and they were so powerfully waiting for you and you did not show up. And the person was really worried that who is this Noel Tasha that we see everywhere on social media but physically we cannot see him. What was the reason?
Reason being that I have a patient right now. I'm just from the hospital. For past 2 weeks, I've been in the hospital with the patient. So I always have unforeseen circumstances that come up, and I will not be able to make it. And being I don't know. Being
So
the
people
person take the blame.
Okay.
I have to take the blame.
Okay, all
I have
right.
to take the blame.
Lastly, we have a powerful woman. I cannot call her a young lady as well. Okay, we have a powerful woman. She is a teacher and she is a pastor as well. You are welcome, Pastor Agnes Eposi Ebakwerian, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I'm a Bakwarian. Being in High TV because I've been, like, seriously, I've been desiring to really be on like this, so that to share my views, so that people will know more best about me and also the things I carry as a woman. And also, I was once privileged to be at the World Empowerment Radio some times ago.
Okay.
I usually preach there, but not like this face to
Okay.
face.
I'm going to ask you now this question, Pastor Eposi. We have known Bakwarians to be very socialized people, and they love socialized profession.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to be a pastor and a teacher at the same time as a Bakwarian? Then secondly, can you tell me how you feel as you are now impacting the youth and you are watching yourself live? What is the feeling?
To say the truth, I love that profession from birth. Because
It's not a Bakwarian profession.
it's not a Bakwarian profession, but it is my own profession. Yeah, I was just into it.
Okay.
So I was just born into it, and I just love it because it fills with a lot of courage to talk, to express yourself. So I just like the profession because that's what God say I am. So I cannot change it.
Okay, televiewers of High Television, if you are watching, you are not left out. You can get to us. The topic and the control number will be put on your screen anytime soonest, and you can get to us and contribute via the topic of discussion, the role of school counselors on Cameroon unemployment. We are going to kickstart the topic, but before we start the topic, we would like to wish one of us a successful and prosperous happy birthday. That is one of the staff of High Television, Madame Emerence Awong.
Wow.
She has been very instrumental to the High TV family, and she has been very instrumental to the youth population as well. We are wishing you a happy birthday, as you can see on your screen. That is Madame Emerence. And we want to tell you that as this day has come, so many good things will happen for you for this day and many other things. So, as a,
No happy birthday song for her.
that's what I want to ask you to do.
Happy Mr. Noah was
Let's song to Madame Emerence. Well, would you like to continue that?
I'm not
Thank you
sure.
for that.
No, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Since it is my Christian, my church, I have to do that.
Okay,
Yeah?
okay, let's sing a happy birthday
All right.
song for Madame Emerence.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
hip hip hip.
Wow, thank you, Madam Pastor Eposi and the rest of you. We are going to take a transitional break to come back and unveil the topic of discussion. If you are still watching, we are youth empowerment actors discussing on the topic, the role of school counselors and the youth unemployment that we are facing today and tomorrow and the rest of our lives in Cameroon. Stay tuned as we come back.
Prosperity. Youth empowerment actors. Empowering the
If you are just tuning in, you are not still late. We are youth empowerment actors on your number one watchful channel, High Television. We are discussing on the topic, the role of school counselors on youth unemployment on one of your favorite TV channel, High TV. Now we are going to kickstart the topic of discussion with one of our amazing youth in Cameroon, Noel Tasha. Noel Tasha, a lot of our parents, guardians, and even students, why not the counselor themselves, they are watching.
Yeah.
To your own perspective, who can you tell us is a counselor?
A counselor is a psychological specialist that specializes on giving advice and also guiding someone to achieve something.
Okay, with the way you have just put it, it looks very simple. It means Madame Agnes can be a counselor. I can become a counselor.
Wow.
Saji Hood can become a counselor. Is that how we can put it?
Yes.
Let's now, Saji Hood, I want you now to be very, very, how can I put it, open
Okay.
to the question. Who can we really term a counselor, especially in the context of Cameroon?
In the context of Cameroon, well, I think I buy Mr. Tasha's point of view, because principally the main words there are someone who advises and guides. Now we want to add probably the word professionalism to it, without which all of us here are counselors in one way or the other. You know, when you get trained as a professional in the school system, you've taken internships, or you just gained experience, it gives you a professional touch. You know your do's and your don'ts, the pros and the cons of what you are doing. But if you just call all of us now, we may be adept in giving advice, but we don't know the pros and cons or how to go about it. So when you've trained people and they've become professionals, then we can now adequately call them counselors, especially the ones we keep in school.
Okay, now a concept of counselors in Cameroon.
Honestly, I hate to tell you what I think about it, because
Just be real.
to be
They are
honest
watching.
with you,
They are
from
watching.
primary school to my master's degree, I've never met a school counselor face
Okay,
to face.
now let's go to Mr. Tingom Ferdinand. You are one of the persons who have the same mentality like what Saji would have said. But I just want to ask you this. Where should we emphasize the role of counselors more? Is it at the basic level or at the tertiary level?
The issue is at where should we emphasize more? At the basic level, because that's where the foundation of the career begins. And if you're advising somebody at university is good, but then someone also went in without the guidance, it was difficult for us to go back and, because if you start me from one, okay, you start guiding, I know that, okay, this is what I'm doing, I start taking some particular courses, going towards a particular career option. At the university, you don't even need to be there, because I'm already focused. So it is at the basic level, secondary school level especially, because primary school, you're open to everything. But secondary school, as you're progressing, you start narrowing to a particular direction, and that's when what happens, you need to specialize. And for you to specialize, there is need for somebody who understands your abilities, your talents, your skills, and your ambitions, and say, okay, based on what you are giving us, this is what will be good for you. This is what might be good. We recommend you do this because we have done an assessment test and we think that you are this type of person. These courses or these subjects will be good for you. But now, Cameroon-wise, in Cameroon, I discovered that we have counselors. It's not that they're not there. That she did not see it doesn't mean that they're not there.
She said she has never experienced it.
Yeah, she has not experienced the role of counselor. Not because they're not there. Oh, they may be few. But when you send a counselor to a school, I don't know whether there's a problem with their training or is that the schools don't understand their role. Because most of them, they come and they take different subjects and give you, say that I'm a career counselor, they say, okay, go and be teaching geography. And that's what most of them come and they do. So we need to redefine what career counseling or school counselors do and to ensure that they should actually do the work, because many students, if you talk about unemployment rate being high, part of it is because of poor orientation. And the counselors have the right skills to guide us to be better citizens, yet they are teaching subjects that they have not been trained even to teach. What they have been trained, they are not teaching.
Okay, thank you. Now, let me go now to Pastor Agnes. You are a teacher. Now, I don't want to imagine that our government don't know what they are doing.
Wow.
I don't want to put myself in that school of thought, because instead of what Tingom Ferdinand have said, we are doing the contrary. At the basic level, we don't have counselors.
Oh.
There's totally no counselors at the basic level. Now, as a teacher, do you think that was scientifically designed for it to be so? And do you think it's correct?
To me, it is correct because at the basic level, like when we talk about the basic level, I will try to talk about the primary school. It is not all that way. The child have not yet developed some sense of direction that this is what I am doing, this is what I am called for. But at the secondary school level, the child must have attained some level of understanding. That is why you can see from one child, the one who asks, you say the child will tell you, I want to become a doctor, I want to become like this, I want to become like this. But yet they have not still know what they are saying. But a guardian counselor is that person who will come into these futures to make them experience what they are saying to come to reality. But at the basic level, you cannot tell. The child can change at any time. Some of them can say, my mother is sick, I will not come. They have not yet experienced it.
They don't have a stand on their own.
Yeah, on their own. But at the secondary school level, the big thing I'm talking here is because at my own, like my sister said, that I've never come across a counselor. When I heard about a counselor, I thought that is somebody who comes to discipline me when I'm wrong, and I don't like to be beside them. So I had a wrong notion about it. So I like to discipline my own self and to leave the rest to God. So what I want to say here in relation to what you've asked is that the counselor have a real duty, like I want to define it, is a trained personnel that comes for the mental and the physical and the academic status of a child to bring them up. It's not only at the academic level. The child can be somehow up there. And you have to also see into it that the child comes to a level that the child can receive school perfectly. But like my sister also said, I'll go back again, the opposite, because is that come to my office, you talk what you're not supposed to talk, and you say what you're not supposed to say. So children divert at any cost. When I want to do science, I see somebody doing arts, I just enter into it. So I think that they should do it at the secondary stage and not at the primary.
With the government decision.
Yeah, that they should start at the secondary school level. By that time, their notion is okay to think twice.
Okay. As a teacher, you have spoken at that direction.
Yeah.
Now, to you, Noel, Tasha, counseling in Cameroon has been abandoned, let me use that word, at the mercy of parents, stakeholders, and other people. Now, the word counseling itself is very dormant in Cameroon. We don't see it from the reaction of Pastor Agnes, Saji Roots, and what Tingon Ferdinand have said. Counseling is very dormant. Now we have some youths, one of them is Agomatilu, who is coming up with a powerful campaign on counseling. Do you think it's late for this?
No, Mr. Henry. To me, at this generation now, the millennium, I believe that counseling is very important at this point in time where we have high level of employment, especially with young people entering the tertiary education and leaving the tertiary education, going to the job market and facing the job market with no skills, wrong careers, and with a different mindset, an archaic mindset for that matter. For instance, the unemployment rate in Cameroon is 4.20. And 4.20, we are not sure that is the rate of employment rate. We have not talked about the unemployment. We have not talked about people who are doing, who are self-employed but not employed actually. They are earning less than what you can put as a salary. When we look at this and look at the number of students that are into universities, we see that career counseling is very important at this point in time because the world is changing. Things are changing and we are also changing. You see, what you were advised 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago may not be relevant after 5 years. That's why you can counsel someone in secondary school, in primary school, and after 5 years, after 2 years, what you counsel that person about is irrelevant.
Becomes absolute.
Yes, the world is changing. We are now into the fourth industrial revolution, where those subjects, those big profession like accounting, those doctors, every profession that you admire, that people will counsel you in secondary school to take, they are becoming irrelevant now because technology is taking over. So look at the level of technology implementation in university now, and look at the level of students who are fit, who are positioned at the right place to face the nearest future. When you look at these things, you see the contribution of lack of counseling at the tertiary education to the high unemployment rate. When we are talking about the unemployment rate and the fourth industrial revolution, we are talking about careers. We are talking about the mindset. A counselor will not only help you to directly to enter into a career, but also to position your mind, to disrupt you, to reinvent yourself, to prepare you for the future. Not counseling and sending you to a career that after 2 years the career will become irrelevant and you will not be able to disrupt yourself to face the changes.
Okay, now a follow-up question to you. A lot of our parents are watching, which they think that they might be thinking that because of the wrong orientations and the misconception of counseling in our school is the blame of where their children are today. Now, I want to ask you, with the evolvement or the evolution of technology, which one should we consider? Is it technology or counseling?
We should consider counseling, which is important in conditioning the mind of young people to fit into this technological world.
Right, thank you very much. Now, Saji Ruth, let me come to you in the domain of writing. I know you love writing.
Okay.
Let's talk about writing in Cameroon and reading.
Okay.
And today we have a cankerworm in the country that everybody is putting hands on deck to solve, which is unemployment. And you think the best you can do at your own domain is to bring forth write-ups that youths can read. The massive unemployment because of the of reading on youth. I remember I asked you this question the last time. You drift away from it.
Yeah.
Can we blame them?
In the first place, can we blame the writers? Because before people want to talk about what they read, we should consider what writers write. You understand? Firstly, I think we should rather handle what writers in Cameroon are writing about. Where are they writing to? Is it to the school systems? Is it to redressing the mindsets of the nation? Because like Mr. Nuotasha said, you have to be able to disrupt yourself, you know. What was relevant 5 years ago would not definitely be relevant at this present point.
And we have textbooks that we are using that was...
And to imagine that our government endorses that for them to come into the school system, they are being legalized, and you see yourself an author in Cameroon, you write before your book wants to even get into the school system. The bribery, all the years you have to spend, you have to go through this process and that process, because they prefer probably what is taken from the Western world is more authentic. I mean, I really beg to differ on that, because before you give me what to read, it should be in my context, it should be in my the economic textbooks that come into Cameroon. Look at Robert Kiyosaki. We've been talking about it. We've been talking about real estate, all of that bullshit. I mean, so many people pick up the book, not like youth don't want to read. When I interact with youth in Cameroon, you see they are on fire. They want to discover their purpose. They want to put things out there. But the kind of books we have